Hello and welcome, everyone. It's the most important event going on in Noctivale. It's the Noctivale Rap Summit Tournament. Today's match, in round 1, we have Vault, the Stoic Storm. Starting with Crown Vault. Let's see what they have today.
Welcome to the marble floor. Polished floors, polished tongue. I am the reason your little wall even got a stage to stand on, son. You rap for claps, I rap for clauses. Signatures, mergers, boardroom applauses. Your block is a speck on my quarterly chart. Your pride is a toy in my shopping cart. Talk real, I talk real estate. Whole skyline on my dinner plate. Old money grin, new money pace. Your whole catalog fit in my briefcase. You chase trends, I write terms. I sell you heat, then you call it burn. You say you hungry, I own the store. You beg for a seat, I built the floor. Bow to the crown, vow, read the fine print. You breathe in my air, every stream, every scent. You need us to exist, that's the line you never cross. I don't argue with the talent, I just underwrite the loss. Crown, pound, say the name with respect. Legacy in my ledger, got your heroes in my debt. You need us to exist, and I say that with a smirk. You can win a little battle, but you still work for the firm. Yeah. You scream freedom on a random mic. Pay for by the ads that I green light. You chant power at the stadium gate. I own the naming rights plus the parking rates. Your street is a zoning code off the block, just to widen the road. Your struggle, my tax right off your protest tee in my portfolio log. Talk about change, I prefer stocks. Talk about pain, I prefer plots. I prefer plots, I prefer bonds. You talk about them, I flip and ask who owns my logo on the water. When you wash your face, my fund in the soil. Under every place, I don't threaten, I diversify. If you ever touch the sky, it's cause I privatize the sky. Flip, bow to the crown, round, read the fine print. You breathe in my air, every stream, every scent. You need us to exist, that's the line you never cross. I don't argue with the talent, I just underwrite the loss. Bow, bow, say the name with respect. Legacy in my ledger, got your heroes in my debt. You need us to exist, and I say that with a grin. You can win inside the ring, I still profit when you win. Hey! Yeah, you brag about owning your masters. Cute. I structured the platform that hosts your truth. You call it a culture, I call it a vertical. You bleed for a verse, I file it as expendable. You chant from the mud, I hear emerging market. You'll pay my product, you'll raise my target. You want me gone, you still pay the rent. You hate what I am, but you love my percent. Cheers! Bow to the crown, vine. Read a fine print. You breathe in my air, every stream, every scent. You need us to exist, that's the line you never cross. I don't argue with the talent, I just underwrite the loss. Proud, proud, say the name with respect. Legacy in my ledger, got your heroes in my debt. You need us to exist, let me gift you one last fact. You can take back your power, I still profit on the act.
Great performance from Crown Vault. Now let's see what the Stoic Storm have to offer.
Ash on the page, clouds in my lungs. You loud for the crowd, I talk to the tongues. You bark, I brief, you scream, I state. You chase their claps, I calibrate. You rap for reaction, I read the room. I don't raise my voice, I raise the truth. You swing for the jaw, I aim at belief. I press on the wound, you call it a beat. You flex for the gram, I bend the frame. You're high off attention, I'm high off the game. You sold your soul for a flashing mention. I sold my sleep for a sharpened sentence. You brag about bodies in every bar. I talk about burdens you never scarred. I'm the Stoic Storm, quiet thunder in the night. You just throw words, I rewrite your life. You want more stories, I survive my mind. I don't shout, I remind. I don't shout, I remind. You rap
like a rumor, fast and thin. I rap like a verdict, calm and grim. You call that pain, that's cosplay tears. I stared at the ceiling for 7 years. You boast that you lit, I watch you fade. You're proud of your chains, I count what you paid. You mimic their idols, line for line. I mirror their fears, line through spine. You talk about smoke, I talk about lungs. You jiggle at trauma, I speak in tongues. You stunt for the click, I study the crowd. One line, one look, I turn them around. I'm the stoic storm, quiet thunder in the night. You just throw words, I rewrite your life. You want war stories, I survive my mind. I don't shout, I remind. I don't shout, I remind. You call that style, I call that script. They fed you a role, you gladly trip. I'm not here to match, I'm here to mend. I don't kill careers, I correct the lens, yeah. They beg for the smoke, I give them the mirror. You duck from yourself, I draw you nearer. You're loud on the verse, but small off stage. I'm the same in the silence and under the blaze. You worship applause, so you live in that cage. I govern my thoughts, so I step off the page. You flex how you real, I don't need to insist. Power never announces, it simply exists. Last bar, last breath, here's your fate. You'll leave with the meme, I'll leave with the weight. They'll pour all your punchlines for 2 short weeks. Then one of my statements will change how they speak. I'm the stoic storm, quiet thunder in the night. You just throw words, I rewrite your life. You want war stories, I survive my mind. I don't shout, I remind. I don't shout, I remind.
Absolutely amazing performance from the Storm. Wish you all a lovely night.